The past several weeks have shown the only manner in which Palestinians will ever be able to achieve their rights. 3 decades of negotiations in the context of the Oslo process have bought us nothing, not because we have failed, but because they were incapable of delivering us anything. The way, and the only way, that Palestinians will ever achieve any of their rights is by themselves taking the initiative and working on the ground to shift the balance of power between ourselves and Israel and its strategic partners. What we have managed to achieve during the past several weeks is, I think, of extraordinary significance. One of the main impacts of the Oslo Agreement has been the fragmentation of the Palestinian people, and it has been our lack of unity, not just our political divisions, but our geographic fragmentation that has been at the root cause of our weakness. What we have seen in the past few weeks is the reconstruction of this unity on the ground by Palestinians inside the Green Line, Palestinians in East Jerusalem, Palestinians in the West Bank, Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, Palestinians in the Arab diaspora, and Palestinians around the world. Those had become different and sometimes contradictory categories of Palestinians. Today, we are once again one people. And it is precisely because we are once again one people, and only because we are once again mobilizing as one people, that there is today once again hope that things can change. I think it's very premature to be confident about the outcome of what will happen because we've been here before. In the first intifada, we got Oslo. In the second intifada, we got the last 10 years, and the less said about those, the better. But I think by continuing to mobilize as one people, wherever we may be, it is the only way that we can achieve anything. And we can achieve a lot of things. So, this to me is the main lesson of the past several weeks. I'd like to conclude by offering just a comment about our relationship with the outside world. As everyone knows, the West is completely behind Israel, in many cases, more pro Israeli than Israel itself. Many of the Arab governments, unfortunately, have come to the conclusion that a strategic alliance with the Israeli state is preferable to any support for our inalienable rights. These things are not going to be changed by appealing to these governments to change their policies. These things are going to be changed by our action on the ground, compelling these governments to see that it is in their own interest to change their policies. And that is the only way that they will change their policies. Any engagement with these governments, which is not backed up by mass mobilization on the ground and challenging everything that is happening on the ground, is doomed to fail. That's why I think it's vitally important that this mobilization continue, that an organization, an infrastructure to sustain this mobilization is built, and then and only in that way do we have hope for a better future.